ID to vote. That's terrible. Have you recited the Pledge of Allegiance yet?
Yes.
You did?
And they laugh about that?
Okay, I just watched it.
Shameful.
So I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
You're late.
Okay. I was late because I was parking.
None of us park.
I want to thank you guys for taking the time to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm a proud American, and I hope that everyone here is. It's great to live in a country where we can exercise our freedom of speech and stand up for our country, our flag, and our anthem.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
For letting me speak. I'm a proud American. I'm very proud of my parents because in the 50s they're the one part of the group that helped develop the Brown Act. They made me promise when I was a teenager if I ever got a chance to support it. Now I'm supporting it. Yes, and I'm a student of the Brown Act. In fact, I got another brochure in the mail from Becerra the other day because I had a complaint about Huntington Park, and he sent me another Brown Act. And I can see that he understood what I was talking about. Yes, we are not allowed to, we don't have to do the ID. And people out in the audience are laughing about this. They have no idea what they're laughing about. They should do some studies, and the person who didn't know the Brown Act in this committee here should learn the Brown Act. It's very important for you to know so you don't break it, because you can get in serious trouble with your Attorney General of this state and of your county. So learn the Brown Act. It's not that hard. I learned it. I can learn it. Anybody else can learn it. And all you've got to do is take the Brown Act and you can divide it up like you did if you went to the university or went to a college or something like that. You divided all your stuff into books so you know what you're talking about and you can hunt for it right away. And I am very tired of having to come in here and remind you and reminding city councils that they should know the Brown Act. Because I know if you go on a city council or something like this, you make a study of it. I know because I've talked to people in these positions. Even before they get elected, they have to go and learn the Brown Act. It's not that hard. And all you need to do is go to a local law library and find it. It's right there. Or you write your Attorney General, the Justice Department of the State of California, and they'll send you another copy, which I'm very thankful that they did. Thank you.
Greg Suska. This is Bonte Europe, I agree.
Start my clock already?
No.
Hi, my name is Greg Suska. I was present at the last meeting, Oversight Committee, where the Brown Act was violated. One of my friends who was there to record the meeting, this is a public forum, we can record it if I'm correct, but yet you chose to have it in a forum at a federal area where he told us we couldn't record, and he was arrested and handcuffed. And this is
Arthur, A-R-T-H-U-R, Schaper, S-C-H-A-P-E-R. I'll give you my card.
He received a $280 ticket, and it's all on you guys. Your federal agents also took a sign out of my hands forcibly.
Oh.
Forcibly, he took my sign, and it was only 1/4 this size, and it was sitting on my lap, and he said I couldn't have my sign. And he pulled it out of my hand, forcefully. And he said I couldn't record from my iPad either. These restrictions are violations, and that you need to be checking into. You're supposed to look out for citizens. We're your citizens you're supposed to look out for. Now, I want you to do something about the man who was arrested for trying to record during that civilian oversight committee, which you
Those charges need to be dropped.
Your federal agents to interfere with his doing that. Now, that's wrong, isn't it?
He's talking about what happened to Gary
Now, I want you all
Galeno.
to think about it individually, because it's all on you individually to do something about it. If you don't do something about it, then you're not really working for the civilians, because his civilian rights were violated. In your environment, it was violated. Don't you care about that? Does anybody care enough to do something about it individually? Because that's your job, to work for us, the people. Do your job.
Look at how they're talking while he's talking.
And I'm against your resolution against the President Trump.
Yes.
All right, that completes the public comment on this. Since I didn't realize there was public comment, there has been some, I'm gonna ask, if there is any discussion and/or a motion, I'm gonna review the motion. If we did not vote to approve the minutes, so I'll need a motion to approve the minutes. There's a second, and then any discussion, and we'll, Mr. Miller, and Commissioner.
Did you read that? Wow. Say it again, Robin.
He just said he didn't know if you can have public comments on the approval of
I agree
minutes.
with you in terms of, the public should have very clear points about, where if they can have signs and what size those signs are. I prefer not to talk about it as a huge commission group because there's a lot of other issues that we have on the table.
Oh, wow.
But I do think perhaps some clarity or some ground rules, of course, in line with the Brown Act would be very important. I would like to know also if there is a way to follow the gentleman who was put in handcuffs and to, maybe at the very least, as a commission to recommend that we don't meet in spaces where recording is not allowed.
Right.
I think that that's an important piece of transparency that the community should have. So not meeting, I guess I would make a
One commission member
make sure that we do not meet in spaces.
is ensuring that our rights are actually respected.
Let me just respond and say the executive director will follow up with respect to the individual who apparently was arrested by
Good.
entering the United States courthouse for the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals after we weren't there, wasn't in our presence, but we'll follow up.
Go ahead, Robin. Just speak out.
Secondly, there is a code of conduct. Mr. Williams just read it. We expect it to be adhered to. Signs, we've generally permitted signs, not because of the Brown Act explicitly prevents signs.
Yes, it does.
If the signs don't obstruct anybody and anybody's view, we're okay with signs. And let me just say this. I thought the Ninth Circuit Courthouse was an interesting setting. We're looking for a setting, appropriate setting for having our regular public hearing. This setting, by the way, I don't consider to be adequate. We're still looking. But I can probably assure everybody here that we'll never be invited back to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. So I don't think we're going to have that issue again.
Good.
Point of information, I'm sorry. I did make a motion and I would like to see if it would be seconded.
State your motion.
I said my motion was that I would like for us as a commission to commit to not meeting in places where video and other recordings are not allowed.
Second.
Okay, so moved and seconded. Any discussion of the motion? Any commissioner want to be heard on the motion?
They have to ensure that it'll be permitted.
Yeah, I just want to, second or third, Commissioner Miller's sentence. I think that if we're going to be pushing for accountability and transparency.
Yes.
For the sheriff's department, we have to acknowledge that as well. So, I agree, we need to be looking for, I agree this is an adequate space here. As we're looking at it, we should have certain kinds of benchmarks in mind.
This is the Civilian Oversight Commission for LA County Sheriff.
Harassed and entering the space, that it's close to public transportation, parking, preferably at a free to low to no cost, and a space where people can afford. But at a minimum, I think that you should
Could we just,
The
I'm just going to add to that, but I think those are all valuable considerations.
Mr. Brenner, she's trying to get your attention.
The gentleman who was arrested and handcuffed has a federal court hearing Wednesday, October 16th.
My point was that there are some additional considerations.
That's the same day as the next.
That actually has good acoustics, where the commission itself is not separated by a big well area, where we could actually have people that would appear before us more than one at a podium, so we could do real hearings, congressional hearing style hearings. I don't consider this to be adequate. We'll continue looking for a room. Other than that, I'm not disagreeing with any of the sentiments that have been expressed here. Now, other comments are by any of the other commissioners on the motion. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those chair votes aye. Those opposed, no.
They better not.
Any abstentions? Okay, motion carries. Now, I need a motion to approve the minutes. if you want.
I brought my signs, Robin. Jeff Sessions.
Moved and seconded, we approve
my
the
sign?
minutes. Discussion,
Go Jeff Sessions.
further discussion, hearing none. All those in favor of approving the minutes as written, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. Any abstentions? Oh, one abstention, Mr. Harris.
Yeah.
Chair votes aye. All right, so we move on now to item 3 on the agenda.
We can do this
The
and
report
then go to
of Executive
Janet's
Director,
event.
Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wanted to point out that we are going to have our next town hall meeting on October 16th, 2017, in the city of Cudahy. It's going to be held at the Turner Hall Auditorium, 4835 Paris Street.
We're going to Cudahy again.
5:30 until 7:30 p.m. There's a flyer that we made available outside of the as well. And
You go to that one?
available flyers
The one in
as well.
Cudahy? They're
It's
gonna
on
have
our
a meeting?
website, and
Yes.
If you are continuing to attend, please let us know.
Just make sure they don't look at our zippers.
I wanted to first thank Norrell Arabian, who was our interim county council. He's not here today, so I also want to introduce our new county council, Eric Bernard. Eric, you can just say a few words of hello.
Work this first. Hello everyone, my name is Aaron Connor. I'm Deputy County Council at County Council. Been there for almost 5 years now. Graduated from UCLA Law School. Prior to being at County Council, I worked for 2 judges on the LA Superior Court. And I'm happy to be here with you.
Another Bruin.
You guys hold the flags up.
Sherry Gold, who is the Justice Deputy, she's not here today. Yesterday was her last day with the county. She's been about 4 years with the county, public defender and several other places around the county. But I just wanted to give a shout out to her. She's been very helpful to me personally, to the commission formation and supporting us as well. So we wish her the best of luck as she starts her new career. County employment. She's not here today, but I want to give her a shout out for that. Finally, I want to discuss very briefly at our last meeting.
I would like to join in that recognition of Sherry Gold. I've worked with her when she was in the public defender's office. She has been very helpful to me. I'm a commission prior to the commission, and I think she's a great lot.
I think we can all join that. Thank you for that. At our last meeting, Mr. Vera made a request of staff to provide a priority list of subjects of commission.
Robin, do you think we can? Do you think we should stay?
At
I think.
our April or May meeting of this year, we went through sort of a list of
What do you think?
items that the commission had for organizational
Okay.
structure.
Yeah, that's true.
We've begun to prioritize that, and we're putting the list together, and it's my hope that at our December meeting, we can spend that time at the December meeting talking about that priority list, along with a few additional things. Those would include a code of conduct that we would adopt, as well as some other rules by which we would govern ourselves as a commission. That would include, of course, meeting locations, communications between commissioners, a better way for us to get, for example, input from the entire commission on staff reports without violating the Brown Act. And things of
There
that
you
sort.
go.
So it really would be sort of an organizational meeting, but also a strategic planning meeting to give us an idea of what we might want to focus upon during the next calendar year. So we're working on that. We'll get that back to you. It should have a pretty comprehensive report for the commission. Okay. And that's all I have.
I'd like to say in that regard that a few of us were able to attend the Nicole conference, which is the national organization for civilian oversight commissions, and I thought it was useful and beneficial. The attendees for that conference were Commissioner Rubin, Vice Chair Thompson, myself, and the Executive Director, Mr. Williams. But I thought it was useful to give a sort of broad overview of the different kinds of civilian oversight commissions that exist and sort of the history of how they were formed. But there were some, I thought, some very interesting and good nuggets, and I'm hopeful that that many more of the commissioners will be able
Okay, this meeting is taking place at the LA Metro Water District on Alameda Street
Yes,
in downtown
as
LA.
mentioned, I was one of the commissioners who attended. And among the many significant meetings and discussions, I learned a lot about what many other communities have done and are doing in terms of very extensive community outreach, separate and apart from